Alright, and here it is with the booster packs on. Between that and the tampos, looking at that, I'm gonna pop that part in. I just overall like it better. And I know the YF-19, it does have some engineering improvements and things like that. Minor, but you know, improvements are improvements. But deco, boosters, and even stuff like the dedicated SMS stand, I just love it. And the fact that you could use the boosters in Batroid mode too. And we'll take a look over that in a second. But just to show you guys the look with the wings in. There's a clip on the bottom that those clip into. There you go. And I have to say, big shout out to Macross World. Their forums are incredible. Like, in mere sentences, people were able to point out transformation problems that I had and stuff like that. Showed them a couple of test pictures. They got me all straight. And, you know, it wouldn't look this good, this clean, and things like that if not for them. So, yeah, they are able to relay things that are kind of been confusing in the instructions very well. A lot of seasoned people, a lot of knowledgeable people. It's awesome. It's a very cool place, very cool community. But, alright. There's Fighter. Hey guys, welcome back to Kumasao Reviews. What we're taking a look at is, I don't know if it'd be called highly anticipated or what, but one I saw, really wanted. This is the Bandai Tamashii DX Chogokin VF-19 Advance. Was able to procure one of these. New, sealed, mint, and I'm glad I did because I heard a lot about QC and things that break on them and stuff like that if you don't handle them correctly. I chose this over the more recently released YF-19 Advance. This one's from the Macross Frontier movie. This one actually comes with the booster packs instead of the fast packs, missiles and stuff like that. It does have the effect part, a couple of pieces for the booster parts as well. But overall, honestly, I really just like the tamp wing better, the boosters. It's just more my style, you know. I know the YF-19 has some engineering changes and things like that, but for the most part, they're pretty much the same, and you get the cooler accessories, or more cool accessories, at least in my opinion, with this one, so that's why I went for it. But just giving you guys a quick roundabout. It's in fighter mode now. It does have the Dyson pilot figure as well. I've already got them in here. They're focused. And a good amount of detail on these pilot figures. I've never had any with pre-painted pilot figures, anything like that, but they do a good job on these. Really quick so you guys can see how it looks. The cockpit looks, and see, sorry Samu. Alright. Get him put back in. In the cockpit, I haven't mastered that. I don't know if I will master that, because I've tried it a million times. I've even watched other reviews and stuff, and it just does not, it's not clicking for me right now. But it's funny because I can transform this thing in a couple of minutes, but the cockpit literally gives me a problem. But it slides right back in. It's like a breakaway piece, instead of something to where if it falls apart, you're like, oh no. But there it is. I actually have the landing gear out. All wheels roll. Actually, show you guys the bottom. Now the cool part is, his blaster here, it actually has a click. So it goes in, when you click it in, it's just like the VF-1S just set it in between the legs there. But this one actually has a click that lets it bend, so it points straight forward. Nice little quirk. These things are engineered so darn well that it's not even funny. And it makes me want to buy all of them, which will never happen. There are a million of them. I'm not a millionaire, so it's what it is. But, yeah. Just showing you guys how that looks. And let's see if I can remember how to get this put back. I'm using a spudger here. These doors, these two in particular, they're not bad, like horrible or anything like that, but they are kind of a pain to be fussed with. Alright, so there's that. See what I'm saying? It's a lot easier to do with two hands, obviously not on camera and stuff. Get those closed, get that closed. These ones, a lot easier. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. Now the flight stand here, it has two settings, one for the booster packs, one without. All you do, you just take these pieces that the tail end sits on. This goes under the nose here, and it just sets, okay? Everything adjusted back. Really clean stuff. I'm going to raise the camera a little bit more here so we can take a look at how it looks. Of course it does that. Put the wings out. Has nice metal hinges there. Cool stuff. Look at the booster packs and whatnot attached in a moment. Definitely good stuff there. And just giving you guys a look at the Gerwalk here. No, I'm using the default hands. They have some articulation in the thumb, trigger finger, as well as the other three fingers, but they're all just thumbs on a ball joint. These are just on a hinge joint. Nothing too crazy about them, but it does let him grip his gun. Instead of using that hand though, and remember that click I was telling you about, I'm clicking it back straight. I'm just going to use the hand that's actually made for holding the gun. These just pop out. They're a ball joint. And the nice thing is, they do have that wrist flicker too on all of the hands, so pretty cool stuff. I'll get a shield attached too. There we go. Now, it doesn't have, and I believe this is where the YF-19 improved, the additional swivel to go ahead and, nope. Not necessarily spread his legs, but angle them outwards for better balance. You know, as well as even in Bacheloroid mode and stuff like that, just leg swivel is leg swivel. It helps. But he does have nice, huge feet, which can angle outward too. So that does help a lot with the balance aspect. But I've noticed this one much more than the VF-1J, the new DX Chogokin or whatever, the 148th. Oh, and this one's 160 as well. That you have to kind of keep him at certain angles and things like that in Gerwalk to keep it balanced, to where it feels like, because of the way that the legs can be spread out and, you know, rotated for balance and stuff like that, you could have the front end on the VF-1J angled as far upward or downward, however you want to put it, or whatever as you want. So, noticeable improvement. And the more current toys, I think this one was like 2015. The YF-19, the full set pack, that was last year, September or so. So, using the sand adapter for this mode. I like it a lot. And there you go. There's a Gerwalk. And here this guy is in Batroid mode. I did go ahead and take off the default hands. I just added the fisted ones instead. They're all relatively the same size too, so that's one thing that's cool about them. There's no like toon versus movie. They're all the same style of hands, so just different poses and things like that. Now, looking at his articulation, the head, where the neck meets his, I guess, hypothetical clavicle, there's a rocker back and forth, 360 on the head swivel, lots of up and downward movement. Okay, so the shoulder pads themselves move because of the transformation and stuff like that. The shoulders underneath do as well. Oh. And it holds together right there. The shoulders are just tight. So let me get that put back into place. That's the first time that's happened, but at the same time, that's the first time I've tried to go over with the shoulder like that as well. So let's see if we can't. There we go. All right, so we'll hold the nose cone and then do the 360 swivel. Learned something new there. Got rotation there. None at the bicep itself, but it's fine. Double jointed elbows. We already went over the wrist articulation, but all the way around as well. The hands, articulation varies on the hands that you're using. So the legs, really tight at the joint. But you can see, lots of front and back swing. That's a die cast joint as well, so it's pretty tight. Trying to be careful. You see the thigh swivel there? That's the knee. The kneecap does move. Really good amount of ankle tilt. Front and back movement. The feet, the two halves been inwards for the transformation, but nothing crazy like the front of the feet moving forward or anything like that. All right. Now I do want to zoom in before we get into any posing or anything like that. The visor actually can't come off, so alright, so that comes off, then the visor just pulls off. Okay, see how that looks. Oh. There we go. Really nice details to this piece in general. I really, really enjoy it. I kept the blaster attached to the hand. And I will say that not necessarily like a bug me thing or anything like that, but I was warned about this when I started getting into these, that some joints are tight, some joints are loose, like that kind of thing, and it's like, it's a mismatch. You can be playing through, one joint can feel one way, and then you can get to the next and it feels a completely different other way, and you like throw the figure off and stuff like that. So that's not necessarily frustrating, but it's surprising when you're just playing with something like normal, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're about to toss it across the room. He does have waist articulation as well. Not much, about 45 degrees to each side. Get that out of the way. Oh, trying to get him balanced here. Let me get that foot moved back a little more. See what we can do. If we can't, we can't. I know the surface is a little bit different, but there we go. Alright, so now we've got him all armored up with the booster stuff. I forgot one, but the way that this clips in, see that divot right there? Goes right there. And one thing that Project 03 Photography taught me before I even got this is that it's not like a hard click or anything like that. You'll definitely feel it, but don't wait for that pop or anything like that. You'll screw around and break it or something, but you'll feel it. You'll know when it's solid, it looks straight, and obviously doesn't fall off. It'll let you know quick when it's not on right. Comes with the pieces for the shoulder. Right there, right there. These pieces hanging off, as well as those on the back of the calf, and of course the booster pack itself. I want to take a moment to show you guys this thing on the stand as well. That does click in. I'm just putting this shoulder piece back. And it does come with this awesome effect part as well, so we'll check that out. We'll get an open hand for this side. There we go. The effect piece does just snap in. Okay. Put that back as well. Now just so you guys know, that nose cone part, it stays well, but it's a friction-based piece, so it's kind of what it is. And like I said, some joints are tight, some joints are loose, so playing with this thing, it does get a little bit shaky, so just be in mind. Keep that in mind. Get the general pose in place, and then I'll get behind the camera. And See where it's at the angle part and stuff. Alright, so let's get an angle there. Get the clutter out of the way. Alright, there we go. This has been a review for the Bandai Tamashii VF-19 Advance under their DX Chogokin toy line. This is from Isama's appearance in the Macross Frontier movie. This has been another Kuma-style review. Sorry if I sound a bit out of it or whatever. I am kind of under the weather here in Illinois, man. We've got temperatures this week going down to like negative 50 degrees and stuff like that. Apparently we're setting records and whatnot. So it's just been crazy, snowing 30 or shoveling 30 times a day, etc., etc. But everybody, hopefully your 2019 has started off well. 1 month has passed, going by fast already. Hopefully the good vibes continue throughout the year. Have fun, stay safe, see you next review. Like, share, subscribe. Lots of cool stuff coming in, guys. I just got a shipment today of stuff that I can't even talk about, but can't wait to talk to you guys about. So, Barely Thinking coming up here this week too. So, yeah. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. See you next time. Gallery, kumasao.com. You guys already know. Thank you guys for watching.